I
that
think it was
Isaiah?
better for Cooper. That
Oh, his
and
name.
that,
Exactly.
Okay.
huh?
My bad. I didn't mean to say no name. Let me drop down. Thank you for answering my questions, bro. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming to share your story with Ty. That's my sister. Love her to death, and I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you,
Most
Justine.
certainly.
Love you too, brother.
So Muriel
He
once
called
mentioned,
Matthew Martin.
oh yeah, that was funny. Muriel once mentioned that she had an ex that she was living with, and y'all they were trying to blend families, but they had got into it because she had insinuated that one of his kids were dressing like a whore or something. Would you happen to be that ex
Yeah.
she was talking about?
No, I have no biological children.
No, I know you don't have biological children. She's claiming that like that ex had their kids move into her house, and it just didn't work out because I guess she didn't, y'all couldn't agree on parenting. She never said which
No.
ex that was, though. She just mentioned that. And another thing, do you know who Shawak is?
Uh-uh. I don't. That doesn't ring a bell at all. No. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I did hear a reference of that, but I am not the person that you thought. No, she each time it was one of her Section 8 homes, or something of that nature. I was terrified to purchase a house or something because I thought that it would give her a power over me and I would be locked into credit wise. If we had one instance where she tried to force me to buy a bunch of furniture for her, and with the grace of my intelligence, I was able to manipulate her away from it. But I almost got stuck with like a $5,000 furniture bill.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, she was trying
What you
hard.
mean?
Well, we went up. She made me go up to Art Van Furniture with her, and this before they closed. And she looked at a whole bunch of stuff. They ran my credit and checked one thing, and they was talking to me on the phone, and they asked me for an amount, and I took the lowest amount. She went and picked some furniture out, and they was like, well, that cost a little bit more. And he was like, I could call and check if you can get more. And I'm shaking my head in the background like, And she like, yes, please. And this fool gonna fucking go get on the phone and call the damn people, because you know how it is. He a salesman. He like, I want to make money, and if your wife's saying do it, then fuck you, I'm gonna do it. Basically. So he get on the phone and hand me the phone, and the lady's like, oh, you want to increase the amount that you trying to get? And oh yeah. And they gave us like almost double. And then she wanted to get some couch that had lights and speakers in it. And
Hmm.
right before I went to sign the order, they said something about it had the one that she wanted was gonna have to be from some other store, and then we had to come back in the next day. And so I was like, well, I ain't gonna sign for it until we see it tomorrow. And I got lucky, able to talk her out of it the night before. Well, I tried everything I fucking could. I think I had but I did that on kind of on purpose.
Okay.
I wanted to buy the furniture for her, but I really didn't think that our relationship was gonna last, and I knew that she wasn't gonna appreciate it. She had manipulated me out of a lot of things, and she had taken and stolen and deceived me out of a lot of things. And the worst of it is that after she got them, she demeaned the value of it. Like it was totally
Right.
nothing. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna
Yeah.
get stuck with a $5,000 bill for some furniture that you gonna set on fire and then tell me was garbage furniture anyway.
Yeah, she tried
Right.
to get people from Bigo to sign for her car, so
Yeah.
we definitely not surprised. She tried to finesse you out of
Okay.
funds.
Yeah, I'm like, so again, that's the other part that makes it super helpful. I'm like, when a person got a track record of being a scorpion, when people say they sting, you ain't got to take my word for it. Just watch them, and you'll see it. Watch long enough. Yeah.
Mm. 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 Wow.
So when y'all were together,
So,
was she Israelite? I'm sorry, I know you
mm,
mentioned it.
No, that when we first got together, she was a
I
Christian. And
Okay.
then about 3-4 months
Christian
after,
Jehovah Witness to
she became
Israelite.
a Jehovah Witness. And she was a Jehovah Witness for a minute. And then she decided they told her something that she totally didn't agree with. And she had a little spat out with them. And then she was like, I don't like this no more. That don't make no damn sense. And then they never came back. And then a couple months later, she started talking, because I think a lot of the Israelite stuff she got from the talks with her grandmother, because her grandmother used to speak on it, and her Egyptian descents, because she believes that she's royalty, that she's a descendant from the Egyptian, uh, either pharaoh or goddess. I forget. It used to sound so weird that I kind of tuned it out, but one of the two.
Mm, 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 mm. So do anybody want last call for alcohol, y'all? Last
Yeah,
call
because
for
I'm
alcohol.
drunk. Okay, y'all. This live got me drunk. No,
Girl,
this
I'm
definitely was a
like,
good one. Joe,
I
we
do, yeah.
appreciate you.
I
Yeah,
What's
you
do.
up?
are
I
funny.
appreciate it.
And you're
I
honest.
appreciate it. Yes,
You keep
Well,
it
very.
real.
and she set you free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've
And
always
and
had a
I,
really good ideals when it comes to truth and lies. It's really easy to remember the truth.
Did your parents
right.
meet her? And if so,
Say
what
again?
did your mom think about her?
Wait, say again.
Did your parents meet her? Your mom?
So my father was absent in my life. I met my father once when I was like 22 over the phone verbally, and well, it wasn't worth the money. And my mother and me are very, very close. The rest of my family and me are like really, really, really close. And no, they don't like her at all with a passion.
Okay.
Like with a passion. Like my mother is the nicest person. My mother's so nice that she sent me money, even though I got more than enough, sent me money to give to the kids just because she want them to have it. And if Miriam was on fire, she wouldn't piss her out. Her
Okay.
words, not mine.
So since people been helping her all her life, she's just self-sabotaging and burns bridges.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yep. You give her something, as long as it's in the way she wanted, it's totally cool. But anything else is unacceptable. And she'll ignore it if it's not in that fashion, or put some form of a nostalgia filter over it to mediate what it really is. Yeah, she's not even legally married to Thomas. Like that in instance. She going around saying all of that stuff, but that's what it is. But in her mind's eye, it's the same concept. It's like whatever it is to fill in the gap. As long as it conducive to the illusion and the fantasy.
So, and this is, I want to say, kind of a, it's a personal question. And if you don't feel comfortable with answering it, that's okay. So if, and I'm trying to think about how I want to ask it, but if if people didn't understand um your love for the kids, how would you explain that? Like, why why is it that you look at those kids as yours, and why do you go so hard for them if you guys haven't been in?
That was kind of hard because that's an emotional response. I think I would
Right.
have to tell you stories, and I don't know if I can keep the correct of my composure if I
Uh-huh.
explain them. But each
Okay.
one of them, basically rudimentary to say, it has happened multiple times, but there was at one instance a profound moment. Each one of them reached out to me and touched my heart, like in a certain way. Like it's hard to put words on, but it's like they needed me and they wanted me, and they didn't require anything but my love, and in my devotion to them and my want for them, and they didn't have the pretenses to proceed to deceive me or to manipulate or take from me. They were innocent. And it's each one of them had an instance. From the instance when one would look up at me and he had a weird smile on his face and he like full teeth gritting, stepdaddy, I love you, stepdaddy, or 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 when you give one a cookie and you want a cookie, when you say thank you, just stuff like that. It imprinted in my soul.
Yeah.
You know,
Joe.
like that. Or when one was up wheezing in the middle of the night and her and Patrick are arguing about who gonna get up and get his it was like I don't know that dang machine, CPAP type of machine, and get it for him. Screw y'all, I will do it. I gotta work in the morning, but fuck y'all gonna sit here and argue. What kind of stupid is this? And he's looking at me and he says, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what for? He goes, I don't mean to be a bother. And I'm like, you're not a bother. You're not a bother. Don't ever think you a bother. I'm always gonna be here for you.
Joe, you spoke on the marriage not being legal. How do you know that it's not being legal? She claims that they put in, they filed the paperwork and everything to
Okay,
the
have you
court.
seen a marriage certificate?
I,
So until you see a marriage certificate, it's not legal. By
it
legal
is.
definition.
I think they did confirm that it is legal. They did really get
Okay.
married.
Okay. Well, as soon as a marriage license has been produced, one which I can identify, I will retract that. But to my knowledge, there is not a legal marriage.
Right. Okay. Well, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow too. Don't forget, same bad time, same bad channel.
Most certainly.
I'm still here. I'm just changing my daughter. So y'all give me a second. Do anybody want to come up here and hold it down for me while I get my baby together? Thank y'all. I appreciate it. Tristan L. Queen. Thank you.
So I'm sorry, Joseph. One more question. I know a lot of people
Shoot.
ask it. I don't think you've seen it. So she hates anyone who isn't her, basically. Any opposite religion, any other race other than hers, any other she hates dogs, cats, birds, women. She just hates everything. But she speaks highly on hating gays. But I wanted to know, did she, because I know she's a nasty, kinky bitch.
No, she don't. She told y'all she hate gays.
That's a question because she hates them. She
She
puts them in the
said
pits of
this.
hell. She says
She
they're
a
going straight to
liar.
hell.
She the biggest
Okay.
RuPaul fan ever. I didn't even know who RuPaul was until she introduced me. She used to make me
Hmm.
sit there and watch the shit because she told me Star Trek was stupid.
She
Okay.
definitely has a
Because I'm
disdain for the LGBTQ
That's just another
community.
publicity stunt.
so she did have a
Like
girlfriend,
her being
correct?
poly or something. Say again?
So she did date women in the past.
I heard rumors about that, but I have never actually seen it. So I can't say yay or nay to otherwise. But I've heard about it.
Because she
Okay.
has she admitted it on a couple of her lives, but I guess the deeper she got in her lies, she claims that she never dated a woman. She hates gays, lesbians. She can't talk to them. She can't interact with them or be around them. But months ago, she admitted that she was in a relationship with a stud. So I just didn't know if maybe during the pillow talk that you guys had, she admitted that kinky side of her. But we know in the comments that she did admit to it and later on lied about it, acting like she said she didn't.
Got you. I can't directly off recollect. Again, the pillow talk thing was usually her trying to catch me when I was like knocked the heck out. So this just happened. The one instance I definitely remember was because she was deceiving me. But I'll think more in depth. Again, I do remember instances of others speaking on relationships that she possibly had with women, but I never physically observed it that I can recollect.
Okay. Yeah, and
So
we know the truth.
there seems
Yeah,
to be
and
like
I think
one.
that the gay hating thing is a publicity jump. Again, she a huge RuPaul fan, like the biggest RuPaul fan you will ever know, ever, like ever.
So, one more question. So we
Shoot.
all know that she's been so I don't know if you're caught up on everything that's going on, but ever since she did lose the kids, she has had it set out for her eldest, her daughter, which I'm sure you're very close to her from what you said. And
Yes,
she has set out for the past few months to mentally destroy her teenage daughter. So, with that being said, a few years ago, she would have been around 9 years old. Was there any signs that you seen of how she treated her oldest daughter, to whether
the
it
same.
was making her mother the other kids, making her pick up the mother duties, the dislike
Yes,
towards
yes.
her, the jealousy?
Yes, yes. She always been jealous of her daughter. Always. Absolutely.
Wow.
And the number one reason why she was jealous of her daughter was what the number one thing I always used to instill in her daughter. I know that it's difficult right now in school. I know that you're behind, but keep following me, keep working with me. We will get there. And when just know that very shortly you will be lapping her. Even as I spoke to her recently, I'm like, look how close you are now. You literally gapping it into in a few months you will bend and beat her. There's nothing she could say. You ugly. Well, I came from you. Well, you uneducated, not as uneducated as you. You have the power here. You have actually been able to break yourself away from the cycle, and we about to make it all better. Not to mention, you about to ultimately beat her by the rags to riches. I'm about to cast you out. Girl, I'm about to
Joe,
when this court stuff is done, we gonna have you everywhere.
Joe,
Mm.
You don't even know.
hello. Thank you for coming. I just want to ask, since nobody else, I don't know if they asked because I'm at work and I'm in and out. Did she ever display any, or tell you about her schizophrenia, or have any, where you had to take care of her kids
Went to
while
the
she
doctor a
was?
bunch of times. Doctor even prescribed medicine. I took her to pick it up on multiple occasions. She went in just to get the freaking gift cards and crap that they was giving when you get the prescription and tossed the Seroquel out the window. Yes, it was Seroquel, and they was like 400 milligram tablets.
Wow. Have you have you ever witnessed her doing like anything wicked or like the worst thing?
Wait, one more time.
Have you ever witnessed her doing anything wicked or like what is the most wicked thing you ever seen her do? Like cruel and evil.
Uh, I'm not supposed to comment like that because I feel like I'm being really off. I don't want to slander their mother, and I'm speaking on the things as the truth and my experience with them so people are educated and another won't fall into this trap. But I don't want this to seem like it's a slander parade because I don't want this to affect any of them. But they know,
Right.
yes, they know, yes, yes, she has on more than
Wow.
one occasion. What y'all saw Patrick do was not the first time. She's done it herself as well as Patrick. I didn't check her plenty of times. That's one of the instances where me and one of the other ones, one of the really heartfelt moments when he came running to me, Joseph, Jay's crying and blood's coming down his face. And I'm like, what happened to you? And he's like, my mom hit me. And I'm like, why? He had did something she ain't wanted. She just backhanded him and
You
drew
mean
blood.
you mean Jeremiah? But she used to take his Adderall also. Did you see that?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, she used to do that on live,
And give
on
it
the
to Patrick.
live.
She said told Patrick not to be asking for her son's medication. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
The grandfather seems to be like the only one who doesn't put up with her bullshit and sees right through her.
Yeah, no,
And
Quinn
the rest,
instantly. And it's not for lack of love. It's just that he thinks she better than that. We all did. We all still do. We think that with the grace of God, and she can possibly come back to the sanity, basically.
Yeah.
yeah,
And we
I
I'm
still
go
would
ahead.
love
I
you.
will
Go ahead.
I would
Go ahead, Black.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. What's going on, Joe, man? Glad you was able to stop through and answer some of our questions. Uh I will say, after watching her for a while and we analyzing some of her ways, it do look like she could get right if she wanted to. I know a female that was
Yeah.
similar to her that would she was good and then she ended up going off and just doing a lot of crazy stuff. And I used to always say about the girl that I know is like, man, I think she can get back on the right track. She just don't want to. And that's what I would say about Muriel. It's like saying like she can get back on the right track if she just really wants to. She just don't want to. And so it's little help you can do. But do you remember a time where she was on that track? Like how was she like totally different than how she is now, or she always kind of had these ways?
There was one instance when we first started dating, right after I started kind of seeing the signs of it, and I was trying to mediate everything. When I first especially started seeing how the kids were a little chaotic and everything in her life was a bit chaotic, I tried to structure everything, not just from finances to food to the children's activities, everything to our family productivity when we would get together and do family event things. And I tried to keep a routine, and it lasted for all of a week before I came home one and it had completely broken down. And so I was under the impression for that time that it could really work. I was like, if we go at it, it's going to take a little while, but in a couple months this can definitely work. We've been built up. I'll be able to work consistently and do a good build. I had a good job at the time. I was working for when I first met her, I was working for Hewlett Packard, and then I ended up getting another contract and switched over to Intel. At the time, I was right now I'm a general contractor, but I was a information technology specialist. I have a engineering degree, and so
Okay,
I thought,
that's pretty
yeah,
good.
at that time that we would have did that it would have fanned into something bigger, and that we would have continued it, but it just fell apart. And from after that, it never came back.
Yeah. So Joe, let me ask you something. How long was you guys together? And did you guys stay
Officially,
together, or I'm probably asking a question that already been asked, but I just got in here.
no, it's fine.
Yeah, officially.
Officially, we
Yeah.
was together like a year, give or take a week. I mean, it was right around that 11, 12 month mark.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay.
yeah, we were together for officially, but for the real of our relationship, it kind of died after first 3, 4 months. It was like
Oh wow.
completely almost dead after that.
So
Yeah,
so you
after that
so you was
we had a
trying to
kid.
stick it out for so you was trying to stick it out for maybe 5, 6 months or something like that.
I was trying.
Trying
The
to make it
reason I
work.
was sticking around is because I was trying to be friendly, and I was like, okay, I don't know why I'm not worthy, and I don't understand why you won't accept the love, and I'm sorry that I don't know what to do. I
Yeah.
tried, but can we please still be friendly? And I will be here for you. I will be here for them because I want to be here for them. And
Right.
initially,
Right.
she thought I was trying to deceive and manipulate her. And I think that she looked at it like, no, I'm not going to let you use the kids as a form to manipulate me. And it was like, I'm not, that was never my intent. It's like, I truly,
Yeah.
and I know how to explain to her what unconditional, I wanted to just touch her and make her feel it. That was probably one of the worst parts of our relationship. I was trying to, I just wanted her to just feel, to just wake up one day and say, oh my God, I, I don't know, but today I just happened to think about everything that's been happening, and oh yeah, it makes sense now. Thank you,
Right. Right.
and just
Right.
be
Yo,
good. You know,
I,
like you could be angry
um,
about stuff and stuff happen, but you to just have a higher understanding, and it just got worse, and she just hated me more and more and more and more and more, and there was nothing I could do to stop it.
that's you mentioned something about her like not being able to receive love. She puts on this childlike voice anytime she kind of deals with the man and kind of reverts
Yeah,
to childlike
I
behavior.
call her voice. Again,
And
her
like
motto is prissy and classy. So one minute she prissy and snotty, the other minute she classy and primper,
Joe,
like
she
true tropical.
no, she's not classy or any of the above at all.
Yes,
You should watch some
the
more of her
illusion
videos.
is the effect. I mean,
She definitely tries to perfect. She definitely tries to show that through a character, but it's very
right.
flawed. What I was saying was, do you think something happened to her at a young age to where she's like trapped in that childlike mind when she puts on that certain persona when she deals with
Uh huh.
men?
To that extent, yes. And I think there's a bunch of different things that occurred when she was younger, not just the physical and the sexual violence that went on and
Mhm.
the things that she was exposed to, but the fact that she never felt unconditionally loved. No one just
Right,
ever eh, was able to give her, and I'm not saying that there weren't those who were trying to, even with all of the chaos and the things she was going through, but she could never feel it. And I think it
right,
corrupted. Yeah, I think that's really what it was. Because I finally believe those, especially when it comes to women and when it comes to, the boys that depending in opposite to their parent, boys with their moms and girls with their dad, that if even if I went through something similar with my mom when I was younger. And again, my mom showed me unconditional love, but I rejected it. I grew up in a system. I was a temporary court ward where my mother and it was due to me. I was out there a little bit. I had a lot of stuff going on. I was more developed than most kids mentally, and I didn't know how to handle it, and everything drove me mad. And I acted out really harshly on it, and my mother did not know how to handle it, and it created issues with my school and a bunch of stuff, and ultimately ended up with other stuff, and I ended up being a temporary ward. My mother would consistently come in. I mean, I was the only kid who mother wouldn't leave him the hell alone. Every time, every freaking week, she showed up for every visitation each day, Saturday and Sunday. And some days I was trying to duck and dodge her. And it wasn't until I got older that I was able to really get a good grasp for it, that it's only because you love me that you went to the extent. I had a anger towards her because I felt in a small way abandoned, but it wasn't until I was able to really get a grasp on why that I was able to understand that it's not that she didn't love me. She didn't know what the hell to do. If she didn't love me, I would have never seen her. She ain't leave me the hell alone. I was like, she needed help. That shit, that was the best she could think to do, was to get some help and still be there. And that helped me to comprehend it. And as I got older, she's proceeded the exact same thing well into my adulthood. Not just her, but everyone in my family. I have blood. My family tree is almost 700 people, and I have family members I haven't seen in 15, 20 years. I make a phone call and I need something. It's mine if it's there. That's how close knit we are. And once I had an understanding of that, it felt like the most powerful thing ever. Like fuck money, fuck fame, fuck looking good, all of this. Like all I need is my family and this unconditional love, because that means more than anything. It's worth more than anything. I can always trust this. They ain't got no malice towards me. They don't wish nothing negative on me. Not only that, they want to see me prosper and flourish and grow and be the best. And this is the stuff that she was not exposed to, how she didn't feel strongly enough how she should have, and it corrupted her. And I won't
And
allow the same thing to happen to the children. They gonna
that
feel it.
that brings me to this last
They gonna feel it
question or
here.
comment. She wants us to forget what she did 3 4 months ago and move on and let her be quote unquote free, or she's changed, or she's a new woman, which we know she's not. But she won't extend the same courtesy to her past and the people in her past that apparently hurt her. She uses
This
her
is
past to gain sympathy and pull on the heartstrings of people that don't know her for her. You get what I'm saying?
right. Yeah, no, it's true. That's always kind of the hypocrisy. But again, it's what works best for her at the moment. Um, well, because I'm at a loss to speak to in depth on it, but I agree. Yeah, definitely to an extent. Just
That's cool. Well, thank you. I'm gonna drop down. I'm good.
most certainly, no, most
Ty,
certainly,
you back?
definitely. Thank you.
Is Ty back up here yet?
Oh, I don't know. I had a question.
Okay, go ahead,
Yes,
Michelle.
I got a question. Okay, so when y'all met, was she what kind of religion did she say she was in? Did she tell you that she
yeah,
was
she was Christian.
Israelite?
No, she didn't become an Israelite. Well, she didn't start practicing it heavily, like heavily, until after we broke up. But she actually started to research and practice the religious aspect of it. I want to say like month 7, something like that. She
Okay,
her
I got
grandmother
one.
spoke about it quite a bit, and so that's where it
Um,
really insisted in her. Her grandmother, but her grandmother was trying to instill, that pride and that greatness in her, and she took it with the extent that she's a god.
right. Cause my next cause I was listening to you, and she told us that she had this bad background to the point I thought she was being locked in the closet, and she was telling all these stories about her grandma and her granddad and her family. But then when she did an interview with her grandma, it all came out. The majority of it was a lie. The grandma, I don't know if you seen the interview she did with her grandma online,
Uh-huh.
but a lot of it came out to be not true, what she said about them.
I know. I saw it, and she told me a lot of stuff about her grandfather as well as her grandmother on that side of her mother's side of the family, and it was disturbing to say the least what she told me.
Yeah, but she lied about it. So what you think about that? Because her grandma did tell her that we found out that she was running away from home. She wanted to be like her sister, but she was too young to dress like
Yeah,
her sister.
I
Yeah,
know.
and
Well, here's the thing, and I say this with all respect to her at that time, but I already knew that. I knew it then as well as I knew it. I know it now. I didn't want to rock the boat. From the moment I met her sister, I knew that everything that, well, not every last word, but a good portion of it was manipulated, like 98% or so.
right.
Just how she
Okay.
interact with her sister. It's like a competition.
Right, because she get up here and she say that she want to break generational curses, but nothing really happened to her besides her mom being on drugs. You know, a lot of us went through a lot of those things. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
then,
Everybody got their hard backgrounds.
right, right. So she tried to make us believe that her family, you know, was so bad, but the grandma was even crying, you know, because you know her brothers, they all was calling CPS on the grandma when she was taking care of them. They was telling CPS that she was abusing them, and come to find
Right.
out that wasn't true either.
Yeah, she told me some stories about that and
Yeah.
the sexual issues that happened with her as a, or supposedly happened with her as a child in correlation to her grandfather and a bunch of stuff. And it was weird because she was telling me about it as she introducing me to him. So it was like the
Hmm.
weirdest shit ever. And
So
then I
I got
also
one more
knew about the
question.
dog thing too, because that's not her first dog. We had another dog that
Right.
she had got, and yeah, I kind of cleaned it. The dog was like really, really out there, mangy, messed up. We cleaned the dog up after, aside from her almost killing the dog. And when I left, the dog was alive.
Right. I got
That's
one
all I
more
can say.
question. Okay,
Yep.
this is the last question. So looking at her from what I've been seeing, she uses her body as a weapon, I would say. Has she always been that way? It's like she is like a Jezebel spirit. Everything with her has got to do with sex. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? She
Her vagina is a weapon of mass destruction. You know what a hyperdimensional vortex is? That's what her
no, I
vagina
don't.
is. Like a black hole. It's like a black hole, basically. It
Oh,
suck in
I was
everything that's
ready.
double
That's a
up
big
against each
section.
place. Once it's sucking into, once you get to A, it sucks in everything once it get too close. B, if you get too close, you can't escape its vacuum. And then C, once it got you and you in, it's over. You never escape.
Joe,
Oh,
one
well,
more thing.
nobody never married her, or well, from I see it differently as a woman, because she get up here and brag about how many times she been proposed to, but she can't, to me, she couldn't keep a man.
No, well, my laugh used to be that every man who see you act like a Barbie doll want to fuck you, but if he stay with you, I told her one time, I said, you what? And she thought it was joking because I ain't had a loot like that then. Honestly, I didn't, but I was like, fuck it. If I had it or not, I know it can't happen. I told her I'd give her 10 G's if she get a dude to marry her who she been fucking around with for longer than 30 days.
A Barbie
That's why I
doll.
want to see that damn marriage certificate. I'm like, real? I'm like, hey, I'm like, seriously, if she produced a marriage certificate, she only got a couple more weeks. She might try to
Thank you,
claim that
Ty.
shit. So we gonna see.
She definitely will try to claim it. One
Oh, I
thing
know she
too,
Yeah.
will.
Joe.
I know she
Um,
will. But
trying to get her, trying to get
that
her
count.
to accept accountability, or
Nope.
um,
That's like
it's
trying
like
to get a
pulling
woman
teeth from her.
to tax season.
You going in and out.
You said you trying to get her to take accountability. I said
Yeah,
nope.
she
That's like
always points the finger. It's like pulling teeth for her.
literally. Yes, it's not feasible. It's an oxymoron. It's not even a word in her vernacular. It's a concept that
Right.
is elusive. Literally, when
Oh, I
you
got one
say
Interesting.
more.
accountability, it sounds like a Charlie Brown special. It's like womp, womp, womp.
One more
Well,
question. Because I feel like she always down in women and fat shaming other people. She even fat shame her own daughter. Okay, so I have watched her, and I feel like she have had a eating disorder, because she have gotten real skinny. You know, besides me thinking she might have been on some kind of drug, but she come across as somebody that might have had an eating disorder, because she always fat shaming. And she talked
Look,
about Samaya real bad, even though I believe she was jealous of Samaya, but she always fat shaming women.
um, best I can say is look, ask her to show you her stomach. If she gonna say crazy shit like that, ask her that much. And if she
Oh, I
refuse enough,
seen it.
you heard, it looked like
I
Baghdad.
saw it.
Looked like somebody beat her with a blender.
Mhm.
And that was at 4. I can't imagine what that shit looked like at 8, let alone a fucking snatch. Again, a hyperdimensional vortex.
Oh my god. I'm back. Oh my goodness. So yeah, did she have boils like when you was with her? Like real bad boils?
No comment again. I can't comment on that one because I can't hit too hard because again it's got to be a little classy. I try to tell the truth, but I'm like I don't want to air it out like that. She
She
got a
already,
specific
It's
something
she
zero
and
already,
a
fucks over
specific
here.
spot,
she
and
already
she know that
showed
I'm.
us.
But
She already
I ain't.
showed us and told us. Yeah,
Huh?
she popped one on live. She already popped one of them on live, so we know that
Oh,
she
you
had
have
one.
no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, you don't. I'm hitting towards it enough because I know she probably gonna see it. She know what I'm talking about. That specific spot from when she was very young and doing things that she shouldn't been doing, trying to get involved with stuff that she shouldn't have tried to be getting involved with, and it's affected how she physically look in that area for the rest of her life. She know what I'm talking about.
She tried to blame it on shaving. Please. But did she always have that great
She
It,
tooth?
got a,
huh?
Did she always have that great tooth?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm dead. That gray tooth is gonna kill us all, and that motherfucker fall out. God damn.
Sound like candy crazy.
Hey, so Joe, I
Yes.
really, me and all the other viewers, I you shed so much tea tonight, and I know you're not a host on here, so you can't get beans. But if it's okay with Ty, we would definitely be happy to send a candy apple to him just for sharing the tea, if that's okay with you, Ty.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. And
Now I'm
candy
gonna
apples
guys in
are
on
the
something. I'm literally just becoming aware of this app a couple days ago. I have
mhm.
no idea what the hell apples or beans or any of that crap is. Could you please elaborate?
Okay.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't want to feel ignorant.
No,
Even
no,
though
no,
I
no.
am.
The candy apple is the CA. Because we can't say the word on this app because it will be promoting another um source of income.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
a third party money app, basically.
yeah. You know the money app where the dollar sign app.
Get funds.
Oh,
Put your dollar
the
sign
green one.
before your tag.
Yeah, the green
Yeah.
Yeah,
one.
the
Right.
green dollar sign. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Do you have one?
I don't. I don't utilize them. Uh,
Oh,
Well, they could send it to Ty.
because that no people wanted to show you love. If you do, make one or decide to make one, let us know because they do want to, bless you for the information you provided today.
Now, as
If
far
that
as
makes
I
sense.
am, I appreciate that from everybody, and truly, truly, truly do. And I think I am going to end up making something, not necessarily for myself, but I'm going to set something up and say for the children, and then I'll have the oldest overseeing that. Because I wanted to this week take her and get her set up with a couple other things. I'm gonna take her get her school shopping clothes and get her hair done. We're gonna go get her a bank account and stuff, a bunch of other stuff. So
That's
it would
nice.
be helpful in the assistance for that type of stuff. But whatever it is that anybody would like, it would definitely go straight for them.
Honestly,
And
Joe, you are so lit. If you were to
that's what's
think about becoming a host
yeah.
on this app, I think you just might be successful. That would be the biggest gag of all. You're pretty dope.
Thank you kindly. It's good to hear. I again, honesty. It's My policy, easy to remember.
Someone in the comments
And
wants to know, do you know why Patrick's sister beat her up? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
They had altercations on more than one instance. I'm trying to
Oh,
remember the last instance that they did getting into it. Yeah, they had a bunch of again. Because I haven't seen Patrick's sister in so long, I don't even remember her first name. Right off again, I'm terrible with freaking names, but I distinctively remember who she is. So if I seen her, I would instantly know her. Um, but they had disagreements about plenty of stuff. I remember even her on occasion had issues with Muriel and telling Muriel about how she was not the greatest mom. And so that's
well,
part
if
of
I
a
say
bunch
split
of
her chin
times that they
open,
disagreed. Say again.
would that ring a bell?
Say again.
She said that she said Patrick's sister split her chin open. She claims that her chin was split open during a fight. Would that ring a bell at all to a specific incident?
Yeah, but
She
I'm
says
trying to
that thing
remember.
she has on her chin is from Patrick's sister. They were fighting
Yeah,
and she fell
I
and
do
bust her
remember
chin
that,
open.
but I'm trying to remember why they were having that particular fight.
Oh, she said she
I
bit her.
never.
Yikes. Oh, sorry.
I don't remember what they were particularly fighting about, but I do remember where it happened. That's when we were in Taylor.
I know what happened. She said, this what she said. She said, okay now, Sookie, Sookie. She said that, thank you, Boo. She said that Ty sister, thank you, Boo. She said Patrick's sister had Samaya looking at porn. That's what started it, y'all. She was blaming Patrick's sister for
Oh
Samaya watching
yeah.
porn. That's why she said, right. That's why she said she couldn't spend the night over there no more. And
Right.
she said that's how they got in that fight.
Yeah, that sound about right. Yep, because the argument was because Samaya couldn't go, or there we go again. She couldn't go back over there. Yes.
But if she's doing sexual things in front of the kids, you would think check yourself or you check someone else, but I don't know. That's just me being logical.
Yeah, and because I again when especially when it because that was over at the one house where we dropped where Patrick and her were living at the one time. It was around the corner where I took them for the Chinese food the one time. So I didn't try to be too in depth, especially when the few times that we would drop the three of the kids off that were supposedly Patrick's there. And that's when that altercation became a bigger issue. But there was, again, more than one issue of her and Muriel having not just verbal altercations, but physical, like blows.
Joe, when you guys were together, did she ever show any interest or try to pursue getting her GED?
Uh huh. But I think it was all fake on account of, to my knowledge, she's like on attempt 6 or 7.
Yeah, because right about now she's saying that she passed 2 sections of the GED. Now she needs to take the last two, which she failed the last time. She basically said that she guessed the entire math section with
Yeah.
trigonometry and calculus on it, and she only
She
missed it by
did that
two.
all the time.
Now the odds of that happening, guessing the entire math section, only missing by two, are like slim to
Like,
none.
obviously, she don't understand math because I was saying, yeah, the odds of that are astronomical.
Right. And I'm sure trigonometry and calculus is not on a basic math GD test.
It's not.
Right.
Possibly
Okay.
some calculus and algebra, but no, the trigonometry it seems like an advanced engineering course.
Yeah.
Most people who go through college aren't demanded to take trigonometry and full calculus or calculus 2. The very
Right.
best you do socials or something type of studies, you're doing maybe some algebra, maybe pre-calculus for the hell of it, but that's as far as that goes.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out. That's what we thought too. That she was lying about that as well. And her own. I'm good. Yep. Ty, you good? You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cola wants to know, do you know about Patrick putting the lighter to Matthew's privates?
No, didn't hear that one.
Yep. On live.
On live.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
See, and I'm trying to fade myself away from it because when I showed the video of what Patrick did to her earlier on, when I saw her, that's when she sent the money and stuff too, and it just appalled her. It brought her to tears. Like I can't, and I'm like, run, nigga, run, nigga, run.
Mm-mm-mm. So the how was the kids' behavior when you were present?
At first, super chaotic,
Mm-hmm.
because they're no structure. And as time went on, and I introduced my version of structure within the confines of her chaos, they started to recognize two different points. When they were around her, chaos is okay. When they were around me, structure is cool. And that's what it kind of became. Um,
Mm.
it,
So,
it I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
oh,
you off.
oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it did get to points where I would, and although I don't think she ever, I don't know, maybe she did figure it out. At some points, I will manipulate her. Me and the kids would manipulate her. She would get angry when the house was clean and stuff, and when we got along too well, because it made her feel uneasy. So I used to tell the kids to do negative stuff around me and towards me so that she would feel like I had as good a handle on them, and it would it would make her come off harder on me rather than them. And it worked pretty well, especially after she struck him the one time, and I ain't want that shit to ever happen again. So I just told him, like, look, lie. Tell her I did it, and I'll deal with the repercussions. I'm totally cool with that. I would rather tell you to do that than to have to deal with trying to stop her from doing this and then feeling like I don't have any power as she manipulates me over that. It just seemed easier.
Oh
I
wow.
believe that. You know why, Ty? I believe
Mm-hmm.
that because if you watch her videos, she never wanted the kids to get a lot of attention too. Once she started seeing them kids get a lot of attention, she
Mm-hmm.
didn't like it. That's why she was taking a CA money. You notice when
Wow.
people would send them CAs, she would take their money. The kids started telling on her. They were like, "You always take my money." Y'all remember that? Y'all get Samaya hair
Mm-hmm.
done. I hope y'all get my hair done. Yeah, she was bad. Hmm.
Hey, Lady Breeze. Okay. Hey, Jinx.
Hi Ty, hi Misha, hi Tristan.
Jen.
Hi Joe. I don't have a question, I just have a
Hey.
suggestion because I'm a spiritual person and I was just, listening to you and reading your demeanor. Um, to me, I'd suggest that if you like do a spiritual detox, like a spiritual bath detox, that will actually help you with all the things that she had put you through. You will start really feeling better. Because I kept standing in the comment and I don't think you've seen it. But if you actually just do one, you will actually start feeling better as some of the things that she has done to you. it'll start lifting off of you. And I have been doing this for 15 years, so I know what I'm talking about. But if you even try it, I mean, I'm not telling you have to. If one day you can try it, you'll actually really start feeling better. And some of the things that she had put on you will start lifting off of you. That's just a suggestion.
Thank you. That's something I may find myself needing to look into.
Joe, one last thing. You were saying that you were gonna do some things for, the kids or whatever. If when you do see them, just let them know that, we do have their back here on Bigo. We got a lot of love for them and we want to see them grow and prosper. And we just wish the best for all of them.
Most certainly. I will make sure that they're aware.
Especially Samaya, because I hate the way she put what she did to Samaya and how she tortured her and stuff. I'm just hoping Samaya, finds that, time to heal and get past what the trauma that her mom put her through and hope that, she does better, in life. That's what I'm praying for.
Right. Yeah. Cause I'm not sure if you are aware, but it was a lot of disturbing lives she did, and it it rubbed me the wrong way often when she spoke of Samaya supposedly sending a little boy some pictures and some pictures on IG, Instagram or whatever. And when she was saying this and telling us about this, she had this smirk, like a smile on her face. What and my question to you, Joe, you still there?
Sir.
Okay. Um, my question to you, did you see her often like try to take the spotlight off of Samaya, or somewhat like appeared to be jealous that Samaya is not going through the same thing she went through when she was growing up?
Not as much as now. When I was with her, it was less
Mm-hmm.
prevalent, but it's abundant now. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I did the minor traces of it again with her school. For me, one of the most predominant points was her schooling. It
Mm-hmm.
messed her up that in a few years Samaya will be better than her, and that she
Mm-hmm.
was holding her basically by intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
Intentionally. I between all the graces of her grandmother and her grandfather, and what I am sure to be hopeful is what I was capable of instilling in her in the short time that I had, gave her
Mm-hmm.
enough to find embetterment in herself. And when she got to school, she showed out for her. And I truly believe it because she closed the gap. I'm so proud of her, but she closed the gap.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
have a question. Um,
okay, go ahead.
she had said that Jeremiah had, what did she say? Psychotic episodes or some type of thing she was trying to say about Jeremiah. Did he ever show that when you was around him? Like he would
Like an
hallucinate or any
asthma,
kind of thing?
like an asthma issue that was mostly kind of inducive to a panic attack because they happen kind of randomly. But far as a like psychotic like rampage, hell no, nope, never. Again,
Okay,
they're
I
kids.
figured that because he doesn't even show that. So I
No,
knew she was lying.
believe it or not, he's so calm now and mature. And he told me the other day the thing that made me super super proud, because I used to sit with her and do math and stuff at the table with flashcards and everything. When he would sit around there, we would sometimes I would play with change or candy or something, whatever, just to get kids interested. And you know, He told me the other day, I was asking, I was like, what's your favorite subjects? And she telling me how she loved English. And you know what he said? And I was like, seriously? I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, you know how rare that is? Not only how rare that is, me and you, we gonna, you like some math. That's me, math and science. I'm about to show you some stuff that's gonna blow your mind. And he really good for it. Like he better at it than she is. Like if she went to the store, she need to take him with her. Like I don't know how good in retrospective she is now at keeping change, but he can do it with no problems. He was knocking them out of the park. My boy's smart.
I know that's right.
Yup, yup.
I'm I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was laughing at
It was a comment.
it.
Yeah, yeah. Candy's comment threw me off, so I had to mute the laugh.
No, okay, so cause I didn't watch like a lot of her old lives and when she first started, showing the kids on here and stuff. And but it didn't take for but a second for me to see that the children kind of like were their behavior was the way it is because of her. So would you
Yeah.
agree that like when they acted out it was solely based off of her or what they have learned from her?
Her and Patrick. Yes. 100%.
Okay. Okay.
When they acted out. And when they showed the best parts of them, it was little snippets of glimpses of what the best of them could be and everything that I had ever taught them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, sister
Hey,
Cola.
sister. Hey, everybody on the panel. I'm just going to ask
Hi,
this question real
Cola.
quick and I'm going to drop down. Hey, all right.
Coca-Cola.
I'm a little childish, but I do want to know, was Patrick pimping her?
At one time, I heard rumors about it, but that's when they were way younger, way before me.
Okay,
Again,
thank
I
you.
wasn't with her, and I can't confirm it because I physically did not see anything like that. But I had definitely heard rumors. Her brother talked about it as well as her cousin
Okay, so she likes to turn tricks and whatnot. So that's true.
when she was younger. Yes,
Okay, not as an adult though.
not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
she was turning tricks in that damn van house.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
technically, I guess you could consider that the same thing. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. She was doing that weird van dating thing, and I would not did like if you ask some crap like that, like would she have sex with a dude when she just met him in a van? Like hell yeah. Again, she was on me when Patrick was down the street watching the kids. So just saying,
Wow. So would you call her a serial chat line um woman? Like like she, preys on men. Yeah, a serial chat line predator. Preys on the men that she meets in the chat line.
I guess, but I call it a black widow or a praying mantis, but sure.
Okay.
Venus flytrap, whatever works for you.
Gotcha.
All you get the point. Inevitably, you come in with the sweet smelling stuff, thinking it's all about to be good, and then life ends.
Okay, someone in the comments wanted to know how you ever met Muriel's mom and how was
Yes.
she like? So how was she like?
Um, I met her not like we weren't like super super personally. She literally, I met her today. I met her grandfather, and we were cleaning up the one dog, and it was kind of quick. Her mom was in and out because that was the same day I met her other grandmother too.
So was
Wow.
her mama acting crazy or anything for what she was telling us?
No,
Night
her
Tooth
mom
Fairy.
was just in and out. Like her mom was there. Her mom was having an argument with her grandmother about a social security check or something that was supposed to be there. She needed the money for something. She was mad that it wasn't there, and they had a little spat, and she had left. And she was like, "That's I didn't even know," but she's like, "That's my mom," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I
So
was
her
there
mom
with the
did her
kids
mom show
before, and that's
sign of
that's what I met
drugs or
her sister
anything?
too. Say
Did her
again.
mom ever show sign of drugs or like she was on drugs?
I'm pretty sure she looked like she was pretty high. Yeah, when she came
Mm.
by the house looking for that money, she looked like she was pretty messed up. High or drunk, one of the two. I think high, cause she wasn't like tips like swaying or anything, but she like her eyes was really big, her pupils was dilated, and she was like jittery.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We just
Yeah,
want to
but
make sure
some
that
mental
wasn't a lie.
illnesses do. Yeah, no, but some mental illnesses do um appear that way with certain people.
Right.
They
Like
look
I'm
as
not
if they are
sure.
high. Yeah. 'Cause
Right.
I
I'm
don't
not
believe
completely
she's a
sure. Like I
crackhead.
didn't witness her do anything at all. I just know that she was definitely angry about not that money not being there.
Right. Well, that
Just want to say that I really salute you because any other person, if they come on who has been somebody ex, they would come on trying to bash them or trying to make themselves look good. But I really appreciate you, and I'm pretty sure everybody else do too, because you don't care how you make yourself look. You keep saying that honesty is the best way because you can remember what you said if you're telling the truth. And in every situation, the light is not the light is not shown on you because you did make some mistakes also. So I just want to say we appreciate you for your open and honesty. You know, it ain't easy for a lot of people, but that just shows the type of person and the character that you are to be able to say that no, I didn't see that for myself, but just because people said that about her, I'm not gonna sit here and say that about her because I never seen that for myself. Whereas some other people will lie or do whatever because this is ego. So I just want to say big ups to you, and that just shows what kind of character you are, what kind of person you are. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you kindly. Most assuredly. Thank you very, very much. Yep, integrity. That's all I'm about. I try. I ain't perfect, but as long as you keep trying, you get closer.
yeah. And that's what, like I said, I can't thank you enough for,
Oh yeah, I see
coming
one of the
here.
comments. I already know she gonna fire at me, probably like a demigod. But most of the real ammo she got, she fired on Steve's show. She only had like 6 shots, and she has terrible aim. She hit me
Oh,
once in the leg. It hurt, but it healed. Well, I can walk, so
yeah.
she ain't got no more ammo. So whatever she probably gonna say is probably most likely made up. But if she do something, tell something that's the truth that you guys need to know, I will definitely kudos it. Because again, honesty.
Oh yeah, and we will be here tomorrow and ready because she she really like she would she would go against a lot of the broadcasters, but she really can't go against the truth and the facts that we spit over here. This circle, of people that's in here that report on her. She hate the truth, and it ain't too much that she can do with it, but be mad. So I don't give a fuck what she talking about. She can suck a dick sideways, bitch. But yeah,
Well, hey, at least I could say you dodged a bullet not being a potential baby daddy or being a baby daddy. 'Cause
man,
damn, you would have went to
She
man.
looks
hell with
like
her.
a Black Widow or something. So if you want to consider it like a weapon, think of it more like an atomic warhead. See, a bullet you can miss by shooting sideways or just being off target. See, when it comes to a nuclear explosion, if you anywhere near that when it goes off, it's over. Pretty much. It's more like a bomb.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I got
Yes.
one question, man to man, Joseph. She's
Shoot.
always talking about how her coochie be coochieing, like this fire. I just want to know, is it fire?
I
Now, Trisha.
I no,
tell
I
you
was
what,
thinking it. I was thinking
you
it.
know what?
I ain't gonna say
Shoot me,
nothing.
because you know what?
I ain't gonna say
Again,
nothing.
I can't bash or I can't say nothing to
Yeah,
that extent like that because I'm not gonna bash anybody. Even though I know how
yeah,
she gonna fire at me, it's probably gonna be in the sexual nature. Shoot me a
yeah.
message and I'll shoot you the answer privately. That way I don't feel as weirdly open about it. But it is what it's indifferent. She gonna lie about it, but she swore up and down, and I believe this is probably one of the few instances. I don't know if I was really stupid about it or whatnot, but I believed her. She said I was the shit. I mean, just saying. But again, it's kind of hard to measure what's accurate.
Okay, I'll follow you. Follow me back so I can shoot you that question.
Definitely.
Okay, so was it? So I'm sorry, I missed it. Was you? So are you saying that it was
Oh,
is
he said he
fire
gonna.
or no?
He said he gonna answer
He
me
said
on the
what?
back end.
Oh,
He
okay,
gonna answer.
got you.
Shoot him a message. He gonna answer me on the back end. He don't want to put her out there like that.
Yeah, she is, girl. What? She gonna swear Tristan want her.
Well, I mean, it's a weird thing to ask too in retrospective of fully thinking about it, because as women would obviously know, they understand how the vascular tissue in that area, expands and contracts. You tell me how tight it is after 7 or 8 of them.
Well, according to Patrick,
But
it's
that
average at best.
right. Patrick did say it's average at best, but to be honest with you, when women have children, it don't matter. It
Patrick thinks that
the
he
the way the
educated.
vagina is, it snaps back on its own. So yeah.
Well,
Let me put it this
apparently
way: think of
hers
it like a
did
rubber
snap
band.
back.
You can spin your rubber band a couple times, but it ain't gonna never come back to that original shape. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying it ain't lost its elasticity. I'm saying it ain't as elastic as it was.
Okay.
That means she
All
got
right.
an excuse.
Yeah. So you falling in there
She just
instead
got
of
a.
sliding.
Oh, damn.
Like tripping,
Period.
followed up, something around that lines.
Oh wow. Well, Joe, I am about to, take my ass to bed. I hope that we could continue to, talk tomorrow when I press the live button. Please do not be a stranger. You are more than welcome to come, sit, and chill. Come up in the comments, but I do want you to think about those two main questions
And by
of
my
what you
word,
would
I
say.
will make an
Okay,
appearance to answer those at the very minimum.
okay, okay. Yes, because you got to answer those questions that we told you to think on. And, we're going to pick back up on this tomorrow. And again, I thank you so much for coming over here and, shedding light. And I hope this did help you, get it out. If you understand what I'm saying, release some of that shit that she has over the men and the people just in her life, period, and
I
talking about
mean,
it and getting it out
somewhat.
helps.
I'm glad that if anybody could take a warning from it to just be
Mhm.
not just for this situation, but any situation of any class of similarity. If you are in a relationship or romantically involved or invested with something or someone in a way that does not feel right, do not ignore the yellow flags, and damn sure don't ignore the red flags. Don't keep telling yourself it's gonna get better, or you could change it, or you could fix it. Think of that shit like a fucking baseball game. 3 strikes and you out.
You out. You
Period.
damn sure you are
Yeah.
out.
So that's for the most part of it. As far as healing, I mean, I enough time with my kids, and I should be all right.
Right. Right. And that's that's the good thing, like I said, like I commend you on, being that good, father figure and person in them kids' life because they need it. And I think she had spent too much time trying to destroy, you know, um, these children and most importantly Samaya. And that is just it's so crazy to me. It's weird. She speaks of these generational curses and but keeping them up, and not breaking them. And then she wants everybody to forget about what she did in less than 24 hours ago and talk about it being the past when this is what she's been doing to these children their whole entire life. And the people in her life she's been fucking over and just doing whatever she can do to get her way. So yeah, I'm happy that you did, come up here and share and put a whole lot of light on, some holes and some missing pieces that, people were kind of wondering like, okay, was it like this or what was it like that or what happened? And you kind of put some clarity to that. And I do appreciate you for coming up here and sharing your story and being honest and, transparent and not caring what people think. You understand what I'm saying? Because that is embarrassing being put on the Steve Wilkos show for such accusations like that and still finding it in your heart to like, you know what, I'ma still step up or I'ma still be there. You know what I'm saying? Like not a lot of men would do that. It's a lot
Towards
of men
them,
that would
they
just be
did
like,
nothing for me to deserve anything but my
mhm,
loyalty.
right,
They They love me. They always
mhm,
did, and even then, and I never questioned it because they
mhm,
showed it. She wasn't around, and it was just us, and you would sit there and you're like, okay, she not here. Y'all ain't gotta put on a charade for her and act like y'all love me. Y'all can act the clown if y'all want to, and they would just sit down and sit in front of me, and they're like, what y'all doing? We just sitting here. I'm like, why? Cause that's what you want us to do. I'm like, why?
mhm,
And they're like, cause it's what you want us to do. And I'm like, well, what y'all want to do now? Whatever you want to do. I'm like, y'all actually do care. I'm like, yeah, you good to us, Joe. That's what Maya used to say. Oh, you good to us. You care about
mhm,
us. And
right,
yeah, so of course I would never hold any malice towards them. The
mhm,
most horrifying thing for me was thinking that they would hold malice towards me because they felt abandoned. I know how I felt. And that
right,
that was the hard part that was really, really messing my brain up the last couple of years, thinking that they would feel like I abandoned them.
mm, mm,
But that's all in the past. I'm so happy she gave me the opportunity to correct that. So
right,
Yep.
right.
I want to thank you all for tuning in to Thai News with Muriel Specialist Tristan. Please come back again tomorrow. Special
Yeah,
guest Joe will be here to answer more questions. And appreciate the gifts, taps, shares, and live. Thank y'all.
thank you so much, brother. Thank you. And like I thank you for the gifts, like Tristan said. Thank you for the support. Thank y'all for tuning in. And make sure y'all be here some more.
And to
So
that
yeah.
hoe who called me Tristy, I'm gonna kick you every time I see your ass, hoe.
Ooh.
Some hoe
Oh,
calling me pissy. I might get that hoe when I see her too, every time.
don't be playing on my brother's top. Cause he'll kick your ass up out of here. Well, yeah.
Joe, what's your
Yeah.
zodiac sign? Just a quick question.
I'm
What's
an
your
Aries.
zodiac sign?
I'm an
Okay, yeah,
Aries.
okay. That explains a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. Yeah.
Me too. That's why I'm like, I knew he was somewhere. I knew it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. Well, everybody, good night. Good night, Joe. Make sure you
Good night,
come back for
everybody.
more. And good
Most
night,
assuredly.
y'all.
Great show, Ty.
I'll
Great
talk to you
show.
guys
I
tomorrow.
know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much. And yep, check for us tomorrow, y'all. Me and Joe.
Miriam, we know you watching. You can kick rocks and kiss our ass, bitch. Bye.
Period. Period. Mirrors. And mirrors, I'm saying, I mean, she might, I don't know, she might get the balls to come, Joe.
No,
So
I
I
know
do.
she won't ever talk to me again. Muriel has refused to. Her ultimate power over me is not to respond. That's the only power she have left. So she know that
Mm,
once she responds to me, she has nothing left over me, and she refuses to give that up. So she won't even. Her ultimate power now is not acknowledging that I even exist.
mm,
Yeah,
okay.
she doesn't. Yeah, I could call her a bitch on national TV and she would shrug it off just because she know that I just want her to say something. She would lose if she jumped on and called me a motherfucker. She would lose, and she would rather not do that than to lose. And so highly doubt that she's gonna jump on and say anything. She might make a video slandering me or to the contrary, but she's not gonna own up directly in front of it, even though I would definitely give her the opportunity to defend herself. I mean,
Uh-huh.
obviously.
Okay, so you wouldn't like if she was to come over here because she
Of
has
course.
she a jack of
You
all
know what? When I was
trades.
a little bit, I would, of course, I'd have respect enough to practice what I preach for myself. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
yeah, most
Okay, no, I was just making sure that
definitely.
you wouldn't be uncomfortable because she pops up in my lives often, and she's in the window for sure watching. She stalks my lives, so she will be. She might pop up. I'm not sure. She might not, but if she do, would you be willing to have a conversation with
Yes, her
her?
or
Okay,
Thomas.
gotcha. Alrighty, so enough said. So yes, y'all, we'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, if you want to work on that candy apple too, Joe, um, see if you want to work on that so we can, bless you for the kids or whatnot.
Now,
All
question: does
right.
it have to particularly be in that particular form, or can it be any of those programs?
I
Y'all say
I
TA,
know a
so I
lot of
feel like
people.
you're not supposed to specifically say the wordage or something like a
Oh, I'm
copyright infringement type of thing.
yeah. If you just create a candy apple, I'm not sure about the other ones. I don't know, like if a lot of people have the other, apps.
Okay,
I know people mainly, deal with the CA on here. So
got you.
yeah,
I'll set something up for them.
yeah, okay, alrighty. Well, thank y'all once again. I knew it, logo. That's what. Hey, baby doll just said it. Like in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, she about to hit that live button. So yeah, she's about to go live. So we know we know Muriel. We know what you do, girl. We know it. So yeah. Thank y'all again, and yeah, we gonna be back tomorrow. And I just want to know what my Well, my daughter gonna be over there talking shit about.
Well,
Nah, I'll
hey,
be
she
calling her my.
banned me from being able to watch them. So if there's any form of recording or something, I would much oblige if y'all had that for me in the morning.
Oh yeah, we of course we got production on deck in here anyway. So yeah,
For
well, I'll
sure,
be
for
able to
sure.
provide you with the YouTube. I'll send it to you. I'll inbox it to you. So
Excellent.
yeah,
Thank you very kindly.
no, you are more than welcome. All right, y'all, we out of here. We out of this piece.
All
See
right,
y'all
Good
everybody.
night,
tomorrow.
Todd,
All
Misha,
right, good night,
Tristan,
y'all.
and Joe.
Good night, Joe.
Good
Good
night,
night,
y'all.
Jane. Good night, Misha. Good night, Tristan. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night, everybody.